Okay, hey guys. So today, I want to give an example because sometimes I deal with this and, it's kind of annoying. So I'm uptown right now and I wasn't planning on being here for that long, so I didn't bring anything. No gym gear, I didn't bring any clothes or anything. And then everything else I can't really work out today except for, which I'm kind of excited for, deadlifts. However, deadlifts is probably the one workout, the one day, the one exercise that requires the most amount of preparation and gear, right? I need my Converse, I need my belt, I need my chalk, I need my wrist straps, I need my, even the rebands on. It's point is there's a lot of stuff that I usually have. And I was thinking well, I can't, I don't want to go to the gym and I can't do it, so I should wait a day. So I can't work out then. And then I'm just thinking what the, fuck that. I don't like that all the, none of that matters. The only thing that you need to work out is yourself. Yeah, we can have oh, look at my Nikes, I got these, what are those? But at the end of the day, I don't care. You can go barefoot, right? You can be wearing a tuxedo, or you can be wearing brand new, awesome gym clothes, or what. It doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, your gear doesn't matter. The weapon doesn't make a man.
You should know that a weapon doesn't make the man.
I watched Casey Neistat had a good video about this. I've been watching a lot of his vlogs recently and it's getting a little bit addicting. But one of his big things is he always talks about how story is king, not your gear.
Gear doesn't matter.
The amazing videos he makes, the amazing cameras, it has a 0.1% improvement on his actual videos. Just like here, I don't care what you have. Yeah, certain things can help, your wrist straps and oh, these are my comfortable, doesn't matter. You get in the gym, you pick this up, you move item X, from here to here, that's it. How you do that, how pretty you look and how aesthetic you look, doesn't fucking matter. So today, I got I just found a pair of, I just took a pair of my dad's shorts, which I borrowed. I got, a Monster, and that's all I need. And I'm still gonna make sure that I have a kick-ass workout, gear or not. So yeah, just a little motivational rant before we get in there and kill deadlifts, which I'll probably have to do barefoot, but again, I don't care. Hey guys, today I want to show you my deadlift progression. This is actually over the last few weeks. I have been accumulating footage because I want to show you just what it's like for me to get back into deadlifts after having not done them for about 2 to 3 months at the end of my cut. So right off the bat, I was weak as hell. I mean, 365 pounds used to be nothing for me. It wasn't even a warm-up. I was doing doubles and triples at 500. I was doing 530 for a 1-rep max. I used to toss, 405 like it was a warm-up, like it was, nothing. It was a speed rep. The reason I don't do deadlifts when I'm cutting is simply that I do not have sufficient energy to do them. I mean, 200 grams of carbs is so little, I could barely get through a real workout, for 45 minutes. I had to pretty much sacrifice deadlifts to salvage the rest of my back workout, especially in the last few months when I was really low on carbs. Not 250 or 240, but literally getting down to 180, 160 grams of carbs. Another reason is psychologically, I know myself and I'm very prone to attempting to do the same weights that I used to do back when I was bigger. So when I was 200 pounds, I would deadlift 500. Now, even being 170 or 175, I'm gonna try to do a similar weights. And in doing so, I'm gonna try to get the weight up any way that I can as opposed to doing it the proper way. And in doing so, I'll bend my back, I won't activate my glutes as much, I'll do a lot of things wrong and it, could be a little bit dangerous for me. So I told myself, at least at the end, just cut them out, you'll regain the strength back when you're lean bulking, and lo and behold, here I am doing this now. So I got up to 405 very quickly, as in the footage you just saw right now. Then I got up to 415 within literally 1 to 2 weeks. And that's the footage you saw earlier in the beginning of the clip. I was doing it raw, I had nothing, no belt, no chalk, no straps, absolutely nothing. It was just me, barefoot in a pair of shorts. And it felt great because I was able to do that despite the fact that I had absolutely no gear. So I was at, somewhat of a disadvantage. The week afterwards, I was able to do 425, which you are seeing right now. And the amazing thing is that the strength is coming back so quickly. However, I do want to mention that this is not new strength or new muscle. I am simply regaining the strength and muscle that I had previously lost during my cut. So that's why it's progressing so quickly. Eventually, I'm going to reach a point where it kind of plateaus, and it's kind of bittersweet at that point because I am no longer progressing very quickly to the point where I was doing what? Like right now, I'm increasing at a rate of 10 to 20 pounds for 4 sets of 4 every 1 to 2 weeks. By that logic, if you keep that math up, within like a year, I'll be doing like what, 200, 300, 400 pounds more? That's barbaric. That's insane. That's not realistic. Eventually, it will slow down, most likely somewhere in the mid to high 400s, and it's bittersweet because I'm not, growing as quickly as I am. But it's great because I finally gone back to normal. And at this point, I am no longer regaining lost strength and size. I am now growing new strength and size. And this happens every year. It's like a cyclical pattern. I was at a 500-pound deadlift. I started cutting back in 2015, and I lost a lot of strength. And then I came back and I rebounded to 530, so a little bit more than the previous year, even at my best. And then back down to whatever it is, today. And now I'm slowly regaining it, and it's going to go back up. It's going to go past 500, past 530, and then, hit 550, 560, something around there is my goal for this year. But I really don't know. And, it sucks because it's like this cyclical pattern of losing and gaining strength, but that is the price I pay to do both bodybuilding and powerlifting. And I don't really know many other people out there who do both. And it is hard because usually, if you want to do one thing, focus on that and do it really well, as opposed to in my case where I try to do both things. But at the end of the day, that's the price I pay to do two things which I really love, and I wouldn't have it any other way. So it's about 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. I just want to talk to you and explain to you and show you that I am not a morning person. I just don't do them well. I've never been the kind of person who can just, once you wake up, like people like my girlfriend Jordan, she's like this. Once she's up, it doesn't matter if it's 6 o'clock in the morning, 7, 8, 9, doesn't matter. She's up, that's it, she's over. Me, I don't care what's going on. Like there could be construction outside, there could be like birds and squirrels like banging on my window. I can go back to sleep in like 4 seconds flat, no problem. Like I will wake up and go back to sleep multiple times until finally I'll get up out of bed at like a nice and easy, like 11 or noon, and that's just not good, right? My biggest fear is that when you become an entrepreneur, when you become self-reliant, when you make your own hours, when you work for yourself, you stop doing the 9 to 5, because that's the whole point of why we did this, right? That's the whole point of why entrepreneurs pursue this type of lifestyle, is because they want to escape the 9 to 5. The problem is you escape the 9 to 5 because you aren't, satisfied by that work, because you aren't passionate about it, not because of the actual hours, because instead of 9 to 5, you end up working like 8 to 12 p.m. It becomes pretty much 24/7. It becomes pretty much your life. So my biggest fear is that, I'll get so comfortable, because I've been doing this for like about a month, right, full time, and I'm loving it, right? But I just don't want to become the kind of person that, sleeps in or takes it easy. It's kind of like, I can do whatever I want now, because it's like I am my own boss. I'm going to take it easy on myself. Like, bullshit. I have to go like harder on myself, right? So that's why I'm doing this whole thing in the morning, and I am not a morning person. I can't possibly do it, but I still get my ass out of bed. Some people, they just hop out. Me, I need to immediately get in the shower to cold shower myself into being awake. I need a monster in the shower. I need pretty much all this caffeine, all these weird ways to wake myself up. I even have this alarm clock. It's not a regular alarm clock. It's like a step alarm clock. It'll only turn off the actual blaring alarm sound once you've actually walked up and walked 30 steps around my apartment, because there's a little step counter in it. So I literally will wake up in the morning and just until it finally stops. But by then, because I've already walked 30 feet or whatever, I've kind of woken up a little bit, and then I have finally the energy to get in the shower and start my day. And it sucks. I wish I was a morning person, but I'm just not. I'm very productive in the mornings. That is when I'm the most productive, but for me to actually get up is just so much torture. But you gotta freaking do it. You can't do just you can't take it easy. You gotta do 9 to 5 and more, because 9 to 5 is the standard, right? In terms of effort, in terms of time, that is what everybody is doing. But as an entrepreneur, again, I don't have I'm in no position to give advice. I'm just giving my thoughts, because I've just been doing this for a little while. So if you guys out there are interested, then keep listening. And if you're not, keep listening anyway, because I really need the views. Yeah, there are so many people out there who can't do this, and the ones who are doing this, it's almost like a rat race. Everyone's trying to compete against each other. So you're gonna have to put in as much and more effort than the 9 to 5. You're going to work harder, work longer, just fucking do it, because you are doing what so many other people can't do or want to do, or if they are, they're competing against you. So it's going crazy, right? And it's almost 8 o'clock in the morning, so this is a little bit late, but I'll get there eventually. But the last thing I wanted to talk about, and maybe I'll do this outside to wake myself up. That's another thing that's really awesome for me. It's just like temperature. So like cold shower, or like wash your face with cold water, or step outside in a Canadian October, which for those of you guys out there in like Texas and Los Angeles, it's still pretty much spring. No, for us, winter is like right around the corner. In 3 weeks, I'll probably be like, saying this like in a parka covered in snow. But this is Toronto. The sun just came up a little while ago. So one thing I did want to touch upon quickly, because I just got a message about this. So what I am very proud of actually is I actually answer pretty much like all of my snaps. Like either answer or read. I probably answer like 40 to 50% of them, but I read 100% of them all the time. I wish I could answer all the snaps all the time. Sometimes I can't though, because I will get snaps, unfortunately, sometimes which are like, it's like that long. Like if I have to scroll through your snap, that's probably a bit of a big question for Snapchat. It's a little bit problematic, because if I did that, I would be literally sitting there answering questions all day, every day. So I apologize, guys. I love answering quick snaps, something that could be answered in a few sentences, or maybe I'll send like a video, like answer in like a snap or two. But if it's like an essay, it's a little bit difficult, and I apologize. I wish I can do that, but I simply do not have the time. But I did get this awesome question. This guy asked, hey, what the fuck? I'm having issues losing body fat, specifically in my chest. The rest of my body seems to get, lean at a reasonable pace. Everything is leaning down, but my chest simply is not. I can't get those, the striations or that separation between your lower and upper pectorals. He's not getting that, and he's wondering why is that, and what can he do specifically to lose body fat in his chest. And I've got 2 things for you to understand. Number 1, you can't do that. No one can do that. The human body is not physiologically built that way. It's a very basic concept, so I apologize if I'm saying something that's like overly simple, overly simplistic, or been said so many times. But just to reiterate, because this is probably the most important concept you can understand when it comes to body fat gain, loss, whatever. Body fat loss is not site specific. What I mean by that is that you cannot lose body fat in one specific area. You cannot target one area for body fat reduction, whether it be your chest, your deltoids, your legs. It doesn't happen like that. That's why it's called body fat, not arm fat, chest fat, all these different things. Unlike muscle gain, which, if you train a certain body part, chances are that body part's going to grow specifically. That's why you see guys with big upper bodies and small lower bodies, right? No legs. Does he skip leg day? But that doesn't exist with body fat. Body fat is a whole body process, whether it comes to body fat accumulation or body fat loss. When your body is in an energy deficit, whether it be because of insufficient dietary caloric intake, because you're dieting, you're not getting enough carbohydrates, fat, whatever, not enough calories, or whether it be through additional energy expenditure in the form of daily activity or cardio sports, whatever it may be. So you have a caloric deficit, your body needs more energy, the energy it's intaking in, aka carbohydrates, aka glycogen, is insufficient. It's going to start to metabolize your body fat all over your body, right? And the way it's distributed around your body is up to your genetics. That's why some people have like fatty arms, fatty, chest in your case, fatty legs. It's completely up to your genetics. So you can't, determine where the fat is stored, and you can't determine where the fat is specifically burnt off. Your body needs fat. It liberates fatty acids from your body all over the place. And then that's how we get lean. Now the second thing that individual who asked this question has to understand is that it will happen. If you keep dieting, if you keep losing body fat, it will happen eventually. Now, it may be one of the last places to go. We all have these different hierarchies, like, maybe like, first place to go in terms of body fat is your stomach. Then it's your shoulders, then it's your back. For me, the last place to go is my legs. Like, they can never get lean. I've talked about this in a previous video if you guys are interested. Very interesting educational video on this topic. I go into a lot more, detail. But in this individual's case, maybe it's your chest. Maybe for your chest to actually start getting those striations and that leanness, you're gonna have to keep on going. I'm making these numbers up, 10, 15, 14, whatever percent body fat. Point is, it will happen. You just simply have to give it time, because in terms of this hierarchy, your chest is the last place to go, but it will go eventually. Either way, guys, just want to touch upon that little, scientific question quickly. Hope you guys enjoyed this vlog, the workout footage, the education footage, the Toronto footage. Oh, hashtag city gains. But yeah, I'm probably gonna include this in the vlog which I'm working on today. It's about Friday. It's about, like I said, 8 o'clock, and I'll probably upload this in a few hours. I just wanted to include this quickly because I thought this was a great question, and I like to make all my vlogs, entertaining, motivational, but educational first and foremost. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy this video. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next awesome video. Yeah!